Rolex watches are the most globally recognized luxury brand in the world. People perceive the name Rolex as synonymous to pricey and unaffordable. Many don't even bother asking about the price. They assume that it's expensive. But in reality, how much is a Rolex? Is there anything like the cheapest Rolex? As of now, the entry-level price for the most basic new Rolex watch is about $5,000, with most pieces people want priced in the $8,000 to $12,000 range. Of course, vintage or pre-owned Rolex watches can be less or actually more money. But what is particularly interesting is that Rolex watches can actually be investments. In fact, the value of some Rolex watches have significantly increased in value, and if you buy the right Rolex watch, it can prove to be a great investment over time. As a watch, they are a factor too overpriced at least. Rolexes are mass-produced, numbers are very high, so very efficient. The image of Rolex is made through marketing. With over 173 models available, a brand new Patek Philippe watch is going to cost you anywhere from $12,500 to $2 million and up. However, you should be aware that not every dealer offers every model. You also can't comparison shop, since stores that stock Patek Philippe rarely quote prices on their websites. With most watch companies, the blinged-out version will be at the top of the price range. Likewise, you can almost always expect the platinum version to cost more than the steel. Not so with Patek Philippe. There are three major avenues people use to buy Patek Philippe watches. There are Patek Philippe salons, authorized dealers, and the secondary market dealers. Patek Philippe owns and maintains 3 salons throughout the world where you can purchase a watch. Rolex sports watches, Audemars Piguet, notably the Royal Oak, and watches from Patek Philippe are known to hold or increase their value over time. In a list of the 100 most expensive timepieces ever sold at auction, only 17 of them were not Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe Aquanaut watches are more affordable than Nautilus models yet still hold their value significantly, making them a great investment option if you're looking to spend less initially on your purchase. Its design is familiar to the Nautilus too, appealing to fans of the iconic model. According to Christie's, the production of the most basic Patek Philippe watch takes 9 months. For some of the more complicated watches, it can take more than 2 years to make them. Patek Philippe is known in the watch world for producing high-end and high-complication dress watches and are considered by many to be the most prestigious luxury watch brand. Most first-time Patek Philippe buyers will gravitate towards entry-level models priced at between $19,000 US and $30,000 US. Within this price range, buyers have several options to choose from, the Calatrava, Nautilus and Aquanaut families. Patek Philippe is one of the most prestigious and expensive watches, along with other high-end names like Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Vacheron Constantin. A Patek Philippe watch even holds the record as the most expensive watch ever sold at an auction. Audemars Piguet is certainly recognized in the watchmaking community as a better brand than Rolex, but because of the exclusivity of the Audemars Piguet brand, the average layman will not realize that your watch is superior to a Rolex. Audemars Piguet is considered one of the Big Three, or as many call it, the Holy Trinity of watchmaking. This is why Audemars Piguet watches are expensive, because they create a limited amount of pieces. The more unique the timepiece, the more likely it is to be personalized. This also makes it tough to create its components, which cost even more. The watches Audemars Piguet manufactured stood out because of their precision work and high quality. And that is exactly why these watches stand out today. To own a Audemars Piguet is to own a fine, mechanical timepiece made with great craftsmanship and finished to perfection. Because of the nature of their movements, mechanical watches are more expensive than quartz watches. However, the other components of the watch can also be decisive in terms of price. Steel, which is not a precious metal, is often used in the manufacture of sports watches. Audemars Piguet watches have excellent resale values compared to most other watch brands. Some Audemars Piguet's have a higher resale value than certain Patek Philippe watches and vice versa. Rolex sports watches, Audemars Piguet, notably the Royal Oak, and watches from Patek Philippe are known to hold or increase their value over time. In a list of the 100 most expensive timepieces ever sold at auction, only 17 of them were not Patek Philippe. Rolex sports watches, Audemars Piguet and watches from Patek Philippe are known to hold or increase their value over time. In a list of the 100 most expensive timepieces ever sold at auction, only 17 of them were not Patek Philippe. Rich lifestyle is give most expensive and luxury lifestyle. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up and share this with your friends. What is your next watch you going to buy?